Following the signs. Scorpio. This is a reading for you guys. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Stellium, North Node, wherever you got like a little bit of Scorpio placement. Maybe you have Pluto in Scorpio. Whatever's brought you in to click on this video, let's hope that there is a message for you here. This reading may or may not resonate. Maybe I'm picking up on the energy of someone around you. Maybe you're cross-watching for a Scorpio. But rest assured, use your discernment, take what resonates, and leave the rest for someone else. So I've pulled some oracles already, Scorpio. And, being a Scorpio sun myself, I often resonate with the Scorpio readings. And, with this one here, I feel like you could be really going through a time where you're feeling, I'm getting imposter syndrome vibes here. And it's based on what you've been through in this life. You may or may not realize, but you did come here to be on a spiritual path. Now, I'm using some oracles I haven't used in my readings currently just because they are quite heavy and in-depth, but it's a fantastic deck. It's the Crystal Mandela deck by Alana Fairchild. So I've pulled here for Scorpio the 45, which is the Goddess Gaia and Ocean Jasper, Goodwill. They really are mesmerizing cards, these ones. And then we've got number 27, the Saint Germain Ascended Master, Spiritual Connection. 888 or 333 could be your angel number or one that you have been seeing a bit of recently. Someone could also be 45 or 27 if you're wanting to connect, whether this may or may not be your reading. Where to begin? Okay. Spiritually inclined, you could feel like a little disconnected with it all. See you as being someone that really is committed to your spiritual path. And have been for a time, and there is moments where you feel fully in aligned with it. But currently, you could be feeling like a separation, like have I lost it? Like what's going on with me? Why does everyone else seem to get all these big downloads and I don't know what's going on? And you're being really encouraged here to understand that you do have a very strong establishment with spirit. If you have questioned that for a second, this is your confirmation. You're not losing your gifts and you're not progressing. What needs to be cultivated here is that devotion. And Spirit does see you as a highly devoted individual to your spiritual path and learnings. And it could just be that there's a lot that has been going on in your waking life that is tearing you away from devoting that time to your spiritual practices. And you may connect spiritually through meditation. Maybe it's going out in nature. Maybe it's attending, sound baths or something where you get an energy shift. But whatever it is, you're being encouraged to really deepen the connection. Now, sometimes we can almost maybe there's a bit of a fear here of how deep that connection with spirit can go. For myself, for example, it can be as simple as is there going to be a park for me here? And I'm often like, well, if there's a park, then I'm meant to go there right now. If there's not, well, fuck them all. No, not really. But I'll reassess, reevaluate. And it's like spirit doesn't just have to be talking to dead people or, these outer body experiences. It can be just regular little moments where you and Source are having banter. Where's the park? Oh, found one. Oh, look, I found a feather on the ground. It's following those signs. And maybe incorporating set time for yourself at the moment is something that could be highly beneficial. Right, every day at 4 p.m. Half an hour, golden hour of Scorpio's time in order to detach from the world, to stare at the wall for an hour, however it is that you connect with spirit. So we're moving into this goodwill card. Like, the goodwill is, I really do feel you to be someone that is of substance to other people. Now, whether this is something you realize or not, you might be thinking, well, I've been fucking negative as fuck, wishing hexes on everyone, Marion. I highly doubt it, but I don't not believe it to be true. But at this time, like, the goodwill card is really talking about, when we gain compassion and empathy for others, judgment seems to sort of slip away. We can understand that everybody is on their own path and their own journey, working through their own lessons, just as we are ourselves. And it's when we do that, there's no competition. And for this card to be coming up with that spiritual connection, you could really be noticing a lot of others that are on similar paths and journey, who may already be well established in doing what it is you want to achieve. And this is that reminder that there's no need to be in competition with anyone. We're all going on our own path. There's so much abundance in this world. There is enough for us all. And when it comes to the type of work you are doing, there is people that are specifically aligned with you energetically already, that, it's just about making a start and having patience too. Like that, these steps that you are taking, even though they may feel completely insignificant right now, or you might not feel like you have a good mindset, or that you are someone that is able to share and support with others, you really are here. We've got the red card. Now that I pulled for you guys here, free yourself from pain. So you could just feel that there's a lot of emotional baggage that no matter what you do, no matter what you're up to throughout the day, like, it's something that's always with you. And this could really be holding you back from your own growth here, is just seeing yourself as this pain, as this heartbreak. Seeing the pain that has been in your life and really stuck in the mode that it can't shift, or that this is it. Maybe wearing some red right now could be really supportive to you. And there's a really beautiful meditation with this. I wouldn't mind actually reading from the book. I had planned to. So imagine you have a red sword of light. At the sharpest point of the sword, there is a red star of light, which has an incredible healing power. When the star touches anything that is sick, it begins to dissolve the sickness out of the body. Visualize touching different parts of your body which need healing with the red sword. Use the sword to heal diseases, dry up sores or wounds, warm cold areas, and reduce pain. Also use red ray to cleanse the blood and increase circulation. Bathing oneself in red light for short periods of time can also alleviate depression. As reading that, like, very much felt, when you're so overly cold, you become so rigid and stiff, and moving around and doing anything is difficult. And this is like, energetically, these trigger points for you, these wounds that are around your body that are needing to be alchemized right now. I think that you're really needing some nice self-care practices, Scorpio. A reset, warmth back into your life. You may be in an area where you are moving into those colder seasons now. And if you're feeling in that low mentality headspace, well, winter blues could be symbolic here. And that's not a good place where you need to be. You want to be using this downtime for taking stock and preparing for the new season to follow. So let's get a bit of tarot here on this situation, Scorpio. And see what advice we can get for you here. Do invite you, Scorpio, to hit the like, subscribe, or comment to connect with me if this is resonating. You just want to have a chat, you and men. All right, what do we got for Scorpio here, Spirit? What is going on for them? Show us the messages that Scorpio needs to hear right now. Okay, Scorpio. Alrighty. So this could definitely, it's something to do with your stability, the way you want to make money, the things that you want to really grow into your life right now. Maybe potentially you've been in a position where you have felt financially secure at some point in your life, but not in doing something like it's for chasing the money, not chasing the passion. And where you're currently moving to is something that's more passion-based, something that's more aligned with your soul. He's really sort of looking out into the distance there, like, yeah, I've got this big fuck off gold pentacle behind me, but it's like not remotely satisfying to me. Looking out into the distance, new horizons, like what more is there? Like where else could I expand? Where else could I grow? This recent eclipse could have really triggered something in you, like, I don't know, like I'm getting someone like, fuck, this is weird, but the image of like a little mouse or something down the bottom of a barrel scratching, trying to climb up, and there's no possible way to get out. Could feel like everything's just like you're losing time and that you're being sort of almost trapped in this position where you can't get out. Something's really restricting you. The influences surrounding you with this Page of Wands energy, there's a lot of different areas that you could really expand into, or maybe a lot of different ideas. This could be a matter of like, how do I sift through it all, like to know where to make a start? Just bear with me, Scorpio. I need to pause here. Okay, sorry about that, Scorpio. So, yeah, you could be feeling quite inspired with the different things that you could be putting your energy into. Like you could be receiving a lot of calls, texts, messages. You see job opportunities. You see things that you could be doing. Inspiration is around you and you're aware of this. But like you're looking at them all and there's just not a great deal of excitement as to like, but which one? Which idea? Which area? What new beginning? And here, like, what you're not really able to see at this time, Scorpio, which could be influencing this stagnancy, is the Five of Cups here. For some of you could be feeling like there's been something that has hurt you emotionally. You could be feeling betrayed or disappointed, and it's like while you're in this space, this emotional space, logically, it's hard to see anything clearly around it. This could be a temporary feeling, Scorpio. This could be something that's just has been lingering with you. You could be like overly focused on the things that haven't worked out. Whether this is something, it's not like you're walking around being like, yep, that didn't do that, but it's like it's in the back of your mind. Like you've got all these brilliant, fantastic ideas that can bring a lot of abundance to you. But there's almost like, but can I? Everything else I have tried has failed, or I've choked, I've lucked out. It hasn't come through, and it's left me feeling like I'm alone. And, you know, going back to this 27 card too, so that's just triggered it. There could be a lot of moments in your life where you are feeling alone. And it's like, Spirit, where are you? I called for your fucking help. But, like, this is how far that disconnect is going. Where you're just like, oh my God, I don't even have connection to source right now. And this could be just because of that not being able to gain any clarity while you're here. And this is coming back also to releasing this pain. There's something that's blocking your forward movement, and it's keeping you stuck. And also, like, feeling not good about yourself. Feeling like, you know, what is all this fucking for? And if there's anything I do know about us Scorpios, it's like you might not be speaking with this to anyone. This is all internalized. Where were we going there? What to do? We've got the 7 of Wands here. It's almost that, like, pulling up the big girl socks, big boy socks, and being like, I actually can push through this, because we're known for it, that willpower. No one has the willpower like we do, and I will stand by that. I don't care if people are going to be like, oh. No, like, the willpower, like, that's why it's so hard for us to fucking let go of shit. That's why it's so hard for us to let go of shit, because we have that determination. Do you know something? Here's a funny fact, if you do not know about an actual Scorpion in general, that when they're battling it out with another, if they feel like they are losing to a point of no return, they will kill themselves. They will take their own life rather than be killed by the other Scorpion. So it's like, you know, when you stick to something, or when you're holding on to something and you don't want anyone else to, like, have one over you here, this is that type of energy that you need to reinvent for yourself, for your agency, for your get up and go, to pursue what it is you want to do, to feel like you are achieving something, to feel like just all round good, to not feel like you're comparing yourself to somebody else. We've got the Strength card here and your likely outcome, Scorpio. You know, and this is like really tapping into that feminine strength qualities, patience, endurance. You know, and this is also representative of, like, that, you know, those feminine parts of us that can really help push things forward. You could be highly desirable, Scorpio. A lot of you are very attractive. Elegant attractive, like classic. And not like this delicate, soft around the edges. Like, you got some fire in you. There's a beast that you are taming every day. But, you know, take my parking space and maybe you will get to meet it. So it's like, you know, I feel like this is a temporary feeling for you here. It's just a matter of unpacking whatever this is. Now, we can get a little further clarification here. But, you know, it's going to be this strength and determination which causes the shift for you. Standing on business when it comes to yourself. You know, with this goodwill card of being that for everyone else around you and losing judgment, I really feel like this is mirroring back to you need to drop the judgment with yourself. You need to remember how great you are. Think of if you heard your story from somebody else, you'd be fucking shocked. if you heard your story from somebody else, what advice, what words of support would you be giving to that individual? Because I know damn well that you'd be there holding space. I really feel like that's your message today, Scorps. Now, we did have the Three of Wands on the bottom of the deck too, overlooking this. And that's like, you're ready for something new. You're ready for your ships to come in. You're ready to be going places in life. So what is this Five of Cups, Spirit? Please elaborate. What is the Five of Cups for Scorpio? Six of Swords. It's something that you have moved on from physically, but emotionally, the ties are still here. What is this Five of Cups? Got the Emperor and the Three of Wands. This could be an Aries in your life. This could be, maybe a father figure even, or living up to that expectation of, where you go. What's the Emperor to Scorpio? Eight of Cups. Be someone that you turned your back on. All right. Three of Wands clarified by the Seven of Swords, the Hermit, and the Two of Cups. It's a lack of trust in a relationship, in a connection. There's a lot of deception and a lot of separation, distance between. Like there's a need for you to have to step away from this here. A real need. You could have been dealing with a Virgo. But this is someone that forced you into a period of isolation. You could have been getting juggled here, somebody. But just a back forth, can I trust this person? Or is it my intuition I can't trust here? Yeah, there's an ending here for sure. And the start of this new phase for you. Yeah, I feel like you do know this, and it's about being honest with yourself here and being okay to be like, hey, it's okay. It's okay for us to unpack this. Why is it preventing me from moving forward? This is something that's it's cut to your core. And it's probably brought up previous emotional wounds for you. What's the advice to get past this for Scorpio? Ace of Wands, Three of Pentacles. Working together with these new ideas to move forward. Could even be collaborating with someone, with another. Something new here. There could be somewhere where maybe you can go. Maybe there's a healing or a healer facility. Be someone that you know. Could even be an indicator of past life healing here. Could be an opportunity for something like that. Is there any further messages for Scorpio here? Got the Justice card. The Ace comes out. You're going to get a good result in something here. Ten of Swords. King of Wands. Balance and peace again. Restoring yourself after this ending, after the pain of the past is really addressed and exposed. You know, after this period of healing, like, this is when, like, the opportunities just start rolling in for you. And it'll be a matter of keeping up with that as it happens. But this time is going to be really necessary for you to be in the right mode when this does come. It's like you want to open these new opportunities up for you, but you don't want to be opening up new karmic fucking lessons here, Scorpio, based on unhealed aspects of yourself. Let's get some angel advice here to wrap it up. What does Scorpio's angels want them to know right now? Intention, answered prayer. You know, they're listening to you. If you're worried that you don't have a connection, or you've got no spirit guides, or that the universe isn't seeing you, oh, they are. They are. Yeah, and they're wanting you to connect with them here. Journaling, even channeled messages might be something beneficial for you. I think that's a really beautiful way to connect with your guides or source and allow them to really work through you. Taking yourself out in nature where necessary, grounding regularly, maybe even starting a daily practice of first thing in the morning. I mean, it doesn't sound ideal if it's getting cold, but going out and standing on the fresh earth. Deep breathing. You know, these are things that are a must for you at this time, is creating that time for devotion. And I think that's what I'm going to call this reading. I'm going to wrap this one up, Scorpio. Sending you my love. And I'll see you in the next one.